Hi everyone, I'm Flo Osborne and I'm Hugo's mum. So Hugo was diagnosed with GSD 3B in June of last year. Do you want to say hi everyone?
Hi.
Hi! So I'm going to tell you a bit about our experiences this year. So I'm going to give Hugo over to his dad. Bye, Poppy. Great. So yeah, Hugo was diagnosed in June of this year, kind of in the middle of the first lockdown. And we first noticed his tummy was distended, which turned out to be a really big liver. But before that, we kind of knew something was up, but everything can be explained later. Babies are all different. I had a big tummy when I was a baby. So, yeah, it was kind of at the point where it was really clear that his tummy was really distended. We went to the GP, eventually got a scan, and then had some bloods done and were admitted immediately. Almost for a month. So from April, we were admitted for a month. It was a very difficult time, actually, that kind of thinking about back at the time in hospital for a month when there was only allowed one parent with the child and you couldn't move from your little bay. I remember we were admitted on the Monday morning first thing, and by Thursday I couldn't have a conversation without crying. So it's really tough, and every day the news about Hugo, it was getting worse, about what was wrong with him. So yeah, thinking back, that was really, really tough time. But now, kind of 8 months on, you saw Hugo. He's really thriving. So he had dropped from 55 centile down to the second centile, and he was really poorly. His ALTs were up in the thousands, his lipids 10 plus, and he had really high cholesterol. But now he's back up to around the 25th centiles in height. So he really is thriving on that. And I guess thinking the first few months when we got back out of hospital, they were really challenging, getting used to a completely different way of caring for him and feeding him, and obviously looking after him through the night. That was pretty challenging, but we've been surrounded by a huge amount of support, and that's kind of a little bit what I want to tell you about today, of how we've been able to readjust and live a relatively normal life, I think, if pretty tiring life, but relatively normal. Um, so I'm a psychologist and work as a senior lecturer at Loughborough University, and my husband's a radiologist at the Leicester Royal Infirmary, where Hugo was admitted first of all. So our jobs are pretty busy. We both work full time, and Hugo's been reintroduced to nursery. We had quite a bit of time off. We had a month in hospital, and then had some time off at home. And slowly kind of reintroducing him back into nursery. And we've only been able to do that because his nursery has embraced his care and really are going above and beyond. So our consultant and our dietitian both had kind of long consultations with the nursery. We've created a care plan for him, and they send us pictures of his every meal that he has pre, post, and we've kind of got a real strict schedule that they stick to. So they send us a picture after he's had his meal, asking whether it's enough, what else he needs. We've also found a breakfast drink, so Weetabix on the go, which is amazing, and it's really good for him. So I put one of those in his bag, and they might top him up if he hasn't finished enough of his pasta, potato, or rice. They top him up with a bit of that, and also they give him oat milk instead of regular milk, just to get that complex carbohydrate. So as well as kind of his daycare, he has glyphosate through the night. So my husband and I alternate on those feeds, and then every third night we measure his sugars through toe pricks to make sure that the trajectory is okay and he's not kind of going low for long periods. And I think in one sense, Hugo went untreated for a year. So we were admitted 3 weeks after his first birthday, and he went untreated. So he was really poorly. But trying to find positive in that, he had learned to eat, and he's a very good eater. And so in that sense, we are able to treat him through the day through his diet. So making sure that he's having those complex carbs, small amounts, not too much, regular periods, and high levels of protein as well. And he loves his chicken, so that's really helpful, and cheese, kind of high protein cheese as well. And being a psychologist, I'm really conscious of those eating behaviours and how, trying to help stick to the social norms, I guess, and that is one positive. So that he is able to eat, but at the same time, like every other 21-month-old, there are times when he doesn't want to eat what we put in front of him. So trying to find alternatives and quickly has been quite challenging as well. But I think we're getting a sense of kind of what he likes, what he doesn't like, and then what are quick alternatives that we can put in front of him at that point. Another really important thing I think that's helped us transition, especially working full time, is my employer, the university. So I'm surrounded by incredibly supportive colleagues and also my employer who gave me space during that time to be able to prioritise Hugo's care and slowly kind of get back into work and make sure that he's okay, first and foremost, which is incredibly important for us. Obviously, that's our priority, and we've been able to do that. We've had to adjust how we work, so we now work funny hours. I think some people think we're mad, but Hugo's last feed is at 5 o'clock in the morning, so we tend to get up and do a couple of hours work before he wakes up, because he goes back to sleep before we need to get him up for his breakfast. Do a bit of work then I can get him up, do a bit more work, finish early so he doesn't have his last dinner in nursery, because I want him to have as much kind of as a meal time with us, so we've got kind of full control, and then sometimes we do a bit more work in the evening. So yeah, funny hours, but it works for us and it's going okay. And also kind of the last thing I want to talk about, which has been really important in our journey, is the GSD community. It's such a rare disease and so kind of such limited understanding of it. The GSD has been really important to me, particularly in the understanding of what the scientific papers don't cover about the day-to-day care. And I fully believe in the expertise of lived experience and the importance of that understanding and helping each other to understand that, because there's lots of different types of GSDs, as you all know, and even within that, the kind of variety. So Hugo's only got one known mutation as well. So there's that element, just the understanding of how things work. And the Association of Glycogen Storage Disease UK being particularly supportive and welcoming, which has been really great for us. I had a conversation with Elsa from the charity early on about her son who has GSD3 as well, and he has 3A. But that conversation really helped me feel quite positive about the future, because I think at that point it had completely turned our lives around and I wasn't sure what the outcomes might be, but that conversation helped me to be quite positive. So now a group of my friends, some of my closest friends and colleagues at work, so we're going to be raising money for GSD UK, and we're going to take on the 3 Peaks Challenge in 24 hours in April. Quite a tough challenge, and tougher during COVID, I guess, because we're not able to train together, but training and all the planning is underway and we're going to do it. And we're raising money, so that's exciting. It's something that's helped me focus on something positive as well, so that's quite important. There's a lot of uncertainties with GSD. There's a lot of worries about Hugo's future and what that might be for him. So having something kind of positive to work for has helped me and will help the charity as well, hopefully. And it's a real shame that the conference can't run this year, but obviously we've got to do what's important at the minute and what is safe and sensible, so that's understandable. But I am really looking forward to meeting lots of families like us in the future, and if we can attend the next conference in person. So thanks very much. I hope you found this talk useful at all, and I'll speak to you all soon. Thank you. Bye.